face locked onto the phone. And I wish I had a number so I could be color unknown. And then I tell her to look into my eyes and never let it go.
And good day, everybody. It's been a long time that we have been here actually underneath YouTube. If you guys are listening actually on Podbeam, if you guys want to send in your questions, log underneath Divine Oracle Podcast underneath YouTube. But hey, Gypsy lady, how's it going?
It's going. It's not a beautiful day, but it's not a bad day.
So
I'll take it.
yes, I hear you. I hear you. So how has
Because you know what's going to happen in about 2, maybe 3 weeks?
Don't say it. Don't say it, please.
Well, it's going to be Thanksgiving.
Oh, you mean the fake one for the States? Yes.
I'll debate. I'll argue with you on that one.
Well, if you originally look at the Pilgrims, they came in actually in October, not November, because November was too cold back then.
True.
Right. So the original Thanksgiving actually took place in October.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like but
yeah, the politicians played with that one again.
Yeah. Well, what else is new? They always play with everything. But besides that, though, how has your week been?
Well, I can say anything but boring. Of course, we had the election this week. And you know what happened with that.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's like,
and they're still discussing it.
Yeah.
Even today. And it's like, let's get on. There's other things to do.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, though, it was actually a scam thing. And one thing I do remember, though, that was being said, right when everything was before the election, and Donald J. Trump turned around and leaked out, but he said, watch out. Watch what's going to happen within the first week. We are ready. This is a scam, though, that we're doing. So, you're so quiet.
You know, part of me wants to say, okay, yeah, this will be interesting, but part of me also wants to say, it's a bunch of BS that he always spews.
Yeah. That's what it goes. Well, we were talking beforehand, before we went live, and we were saying, I was indicating to you how the States is going. The States is going backwards. They're self-centered. I know you live down there, but most majority of the people are, except for you and your mom and your brother. And also my cousin Tatiana down in California. But it's so true, those states are going backwards.
Well, that and the fact that there are too many people out there, or too many men, people out there who couldn't handle the fact that there could be a woman president.
So true. And
After all, women are dumb.
Women are not dumb. If you look back actually at history, okay, us Indigenous, though, we believe, though, that the women, though, have got a higher power than men, because men was sent out to war. Men have actually caused most of the trouble. Where have the women been? Women have been actually at home taking care of everything.
Well, my one professor always told us, when you go into an earth, well, he called them the earth societies.
Yeah.
Actually, women were on an equal basis with men, or men were on an equal basis with women. Take your pick. As you said, the men went off to war to fight war, but it was the woman who stayed home with the knowledge. It's not the man that passed the knowledge; it was the women.
So true, so true.
Yeah, we had it all.
Yeah. So I'm just moving the camera over, so I do apologize for everybody that's watching. Actually, underneath, I do apologize. All right, so hopefully,
we're doing.
Won't work.
Oh, Well, then let me get this down a little bit.
So there we go. Yeah. All right, bring that over. So sorry for that, everybody. That's been watching live here on YouTube. We're gonna watch playback actually on YouTube. I just figured to double check the camera because I'm looking actually at Eva, and I've got so many monitors around me right now. I don't know which one to look at.
Flip a coin.
I don't have any coins right now. That's the only downfall.
Oh.
Yeah. So for us still here, right where I am actually in the studio, we have been taking a break. We've been trying to relax, try not to watch much about the Americans at all to do with the politics. But I have been watching one gentleman though. His name is Adam the Woo. He is a Floridian, but right now he's up in Alaska. His very first time ever.
That's a switch.
Yes, it is. He's been driving up there. He's been walking around, showing locations. And he said the only thing he doesn't like, though, about Alaska is the ice. So that's the only thing.
Welcome to Alaska.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say most majority of Alaska is ice, but they actually have a lot of snow up there compared to the snow in Toledo, Columbia. Or not Columbia, but Colorado, sorry. Yeah. So they down there, they're so close to actually New Mexico. They have a lot of snow right now down there. But I see Eva shuffling some cards right now. And if you guys
pick a card, any card.
If you guys want a reading, log underneath our actually YouTube channel, or even log underneath our YouTube channel right where you guys can watch us live also at the same time and take part. We are doing live free readings both underneath YouTube and also here underneath Podbeam. So yeah, type in your questions. We love to get some readings for you. Absolutely free, no cost. But Eva, let's just do one for the States.
For the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I have the strength.
Well, no. Not to do with politics. Not to do with politics. We're going to talk about. Let's do one about the weather.
The weather. All right, we can do the weather. Yeah. I'm just going to do a short 3-card draw.
Yeah.
About the weather.
Again, no, thank you very much to everybody that's joining in. If you guys would love to get a reading done, please type in both underneath Podbeam or as underneath Divine right here. So welcome everybody.
Excuse me.
So yeah. All right. So right now we're doing about weather. I'm going to use actually tarot cards, and Eva's using tarot cards right now. I usually use Divine Oracle cards. So.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
The first card I drew was Strength. Second card was the Hermit. We are on camera, right?
Yes, we are. We're both on camera and also on YouTube. So
here we got Strength. Oh, try and hold it a little closer. Ooh, not that close. The Hermit. And the 3 of Coins. Well, when I see the Hermit, I think it's going to be a time where we're going to have to hunker down, snuggle down, however you want to put it.
Yes.
Strength tells us to hold on. It's winter is a time where you huddle in, so you need the strength to deal with all the little problems that come up when people living together in close quarters. 3 of Coins tells me that there's build on it, and the last direction card is the 3 of Swords, which is a stormy cloud. So reading this all together, it's going to be I get that it's going to be a rather long winter like it's been a long summer.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're still experiencing summer temperatures, sort of. So it may be a long winter, a full 3 months, possibly even 4. So that would be January, February, March before we begin to see the ice break, so to speak, which is, I guess that's kind of normal, but it's going to be a harsh winter. I don't know that storms are going to be the problem as much. Well, yeah, maybe storms are going to be the problem as much as the cold. I just see a lot of cold. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I've got I've got actually tarot cards. So bear with me. I'm starting actually to start using tarot cards. I can sort of work with them. I can understand them really good, but not fully. But just bear with me. I do apologize. The first card actually I drew up was the Fool. Now the Fool card is upside down. And with this one, though, is what I'm getting about the Fool, though, is though that even though it's upside down, though, everything's shifting. Everything's shifting altogether, though, that we actually have to watch out for what we have to stand for. Now, since the Fool, if it would be face up, though, is basically making yourself actually as a fool. But since it's upside down, the other people around you are the fools. They're thinking, though, that the weather is not going to be changing. It's not going to be actually as harsh, but it will be very harsh this year. The next one, though, I got, though, is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is upside down. And Six of Pentacles usually deals with money. That's what the Pentacles usually deal with. But with the Six of Pentacles, though, since it's upside down, though, I'm looking at the States-wise, not Canada. The profits in the States-wise is going to go down because of what just recently happened on November 5th. So everything is going to be losing, actually, profit-wise and everything else. A lot of people that were rich are now going to start losing profits altogether. Now, the last one, though, I have, though, is the Five of Wands. And that one there is basically indicating to me, though, that Five of Wands, though, it's going to be righteous, and it is actually face up. So basically, though, stand your ground. Make sure, though, that you're walking in the right way. The very first one that popped out right when it shuffled, though, since Eva got the Three of Wands, I also got the Six of Wands.
I had swords.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. That's what I have. Yeah, sorry. Six of Swords is what I have. Sorry about that.
Oh, interesting.
And Six of Swords for myself, though, is basically, though, is since they're facing downwards instead of upwards, actually in the picture, is though that you have to bunker down. All right, I'm gonna throw that over you, Gypsy lady. What does six mean to you, basically? The Six of Swords. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. What does Six of Swords basically mean to you?
The Six of Swords is usually a card that means some kind of travel.
Okay.
Movement, going into the future, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah. All right. If you'd like to get a reading done, please type in either way underneath YouTube that we're live right now underneath YouTube, and also we're live underneath Podbeam, where we always host our shows every single day, which is actually on Wednesdays and Saturdays pretty much, and then starting Mondays, so we're going to be doing a recap actually of our past shows. So if you would love to get a reading, please type in. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. All right. So
Sorry.
It's all right. Now, we're going to take a look actually at the economic for the States and Canada. What's going to happen? Since Canada and the States does a lot more trading altogether for each other, we're going to look actually at what's going to happen. I already had a card fly out. Go ahead.
One of the things that I keep getting is that all the tariffs and stuff that he keeps talking about, he's not going to be able to do. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And if he survives the assassination.
So
Yes, I said that.
yeah.
Like I say, I've had several people say the same thing, that he is not going to do very good. He's going to be assassinated. I think, that's interesting. I just pulled my cards up
Yes.
based on the economic thing.
Yeah.
Look at the first card I pulled up. The Six of Swords.
I think that's funny though, because I actually you had the third, I had the fifth, and now you got the sixth.
Well, I did my my normal 3 cards, and then as you know, I have a 4th card that I pull out of the deck. And it's interesting because it's swords, wands, swords, wands. I find that interesting. The patterns are very interesting, which tells me something. It tells me something. I don't know what. No. What it's telling me is that we're going to see repeats of historical patterns with this upcoming, probably covering the next 2 elections. So that would be the next 12 years. Yeah, the next 12 years. So we're going to see repeats here. Or not repeats, but similar cycles that had happened before.
Yes.
The first card that I pulled up was the Six of Swords, the King, and then the next one was the King of Rods or Wands, the Ace of Swords, and then the Nine of Wands. And I think the Trump or his, that hurt. The Trump not candidacy, presidency, it's going to lead us astray. It's going to take us to some unpleasant places. Because that's kind of what the 6 is saying right now, the 6 of Swords. Move to the King of Wands or Rods in this deck. A very wise man who, besides looking to the past, is also a very wise man. So this will be the one after the Trump-Vance debacle, for lack of a better word. And this man will lead us out of it.
Yeah.
He'll gather the information. The next card is the Swords. And it's kind of interesting. It's the Ace of Swords, but look at what's on either side
But
of
was
the ace.
was it facing up or down?
My cards, I have them. That's a whole nother story of why I do it, but my cards are all the same way.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Somebody's actually asking on Podbean.
Okay. I do not read reverse cards. I keep the cards all the same way, and if a card is reversed, that's one we really pay attention to. Okay? It's only second to a card that actually falls out of the deck. But if you look at the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, excuse me, what's on either side of that sword?
You've got roses actually on your cards.
A woman president. We will finally get it. Or there will be another woman running for president, but it'll be a good thing. She's going to be... I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm sorry. Give me another word. She's going to be hell to pay. And then we go to the last card, or the final outcome, which is the Nine of Wands, or rods in this deck. And again, it's looking to the past, or it could be looking to the future. I'm not really sure. Yeah, looking to the future because of the way the other cards are. Uh, we've got some good things coming to us, but it's going to take it's going to take us about 12 years to get there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, all right. So I'm actually using the Native Spirit cards. These are from Denise Lynn. Really beautiful photos actually on them. The first card I got though, so all my cards right now are face up. I got the Song of the Wild is the first one. The second one though is Walking in Beauty. Third one though is Flowing River. So Song of the Wild. So basically though, since everything for the economics for Canada and US though, the Song of the Wild though, we have to look more or less at the prairies. We have to look more at our agricultural society. They're gonna grow a lot more stronger, but the only thing though is the first down. They're gonna have a little bit of downfall actually. Within the first couple of years. So the reason was because everything is changing within the states. The second one though I've got though is again those Walking in Beauty though is what we need to basically do though is actually be able to get out and do some walking. Now the farmers though and the agricultural people need to get out there and start planning, be more safe. They have to start reorganizing their path. Flowing river though, constantly water again. Those like what I always say. Those water's always flowing, but the thing though is, to myself though, it's gonna stand. It's gonna sit for a little bit. Things are gonna go. Things are gonna be a little bit more calm for a couple months. Coming actually April, but then by the end of the summer, things are gonna flow a little bit faster. So I have a comment actually on underneath Pie Beam, and it's from Crazy Lady. Maybe Trump will start his plan to plan be stopped, and have to fight to be followed. Pretty much, that's what Crazy Lady is saying. I'm sorry, but yeah. So that's what we're looking actually at right now. Again, those if you want to get a reading, those please type in. We'd love to do some readings actually for you. I've been doing readings. What I would say though is ever since the age of 12. Again, that was my first experience. Those if you watch our last week's episode, we talked about our spiritual experiences right when we first of all started. When did you start picking up the cards?
Probably in my 20s.
Okay.
It'd have to be earlier than that because my very first deck, and I remember it well, it was called The Witch's Tarot. And I love that deck. And that was in one of my suitcases someplace. And actually, it wasn't a tarot deck. It was a plain, like, deck of cards.
Yes.
But it had different things on it with each of the suits and whole thing. And that was my first experience. And that would go back into the early 70s. God. And that's when I first got into it. And then I got more involved and studied it and learned all about it. And then taught it.
All right. So Crazy Lady's wanting a reading, but yeah, please let us know what type of reading you would like for what area of life. We would love to hear from you. So, and it's even for people actually underneath YouTube that's tuning in right now. We do say thanks a lot to everybody here underneath YouTube. And yeah, type in your questions. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have people more actually underneath Podbeam. And Podbeam can be listened anywhere at any time during the day, night, or wherever you are. Don't always have to capture us live. but we're live right now underneath YouTube. We figured just go underneath YouTube since we haven't been underneath here for quite a while. Because we're always switching, and we're now doing streams underneath Podbean. So. All right, so Crazy Lady says though that she wants the cards actually just basically speak to her. She's not picky at all, which sort of seems like. The cards never tell her what she wants actually, but she would love us to do a reading for her. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So just to do a general reading and see what we get for her. So yes, in between this time though, again, those we would like to say thank you very much to Podbean for allowing us to be able to host our shows on Wednesdays and Saturdays, each and every week live. So yeah. All right, so Eva, Gypsy Lady Eva is thinking right now. And just trying to figure out.
Oh, you can see the smoke coming out of the ears?
I can see that. Same with all our viewers right now underneath YouTube. So, yeah. If you want me to go first, let me know.
Go ahead.
All right. So, right now I'm using the Sean Leonard's actually cards, and these are Wisdom of the Elder. The first card, though, is if you have the deck, though, it is number 6. It's got the beaver, actually. The beaver on it. The card though is wisdom, and it's beaver. Beavers actually have more wisdom with inside. They're always teaching us exactly how to survive with here on Earth. So what I'm looking actually at for you, Crazy Lady, and I love the name, is basically those wisdom. You're always wise. You always follow the direction though that you want to go and go with that way. If you always feel uneven, you always turn around, but you're always going with the wisdom though that you've actually been taught by your elders. Now the last one though the next one though is card number 1. This one there is him. It's the wolf one. So let me pull that up for right there. Can't really see it there.
There you go.
Yep, there we go. So the wolf, all right, and basically though, is the wolf is actually since there is a moon on there, the wolf actually fights with their own selves, but they always have a pack of people traveling with them. So always make sure that people are around you, and if there is any slander whatsoever, we always have that facing ourselves, but you're always standing strong. The next one, though, is actually card number 23. This is fall, and what's on it, though, it actually has I would say a stork. It kind of looks like a stork actually on it, but it's in the fall time. Storks are actually always standing there pondering about things. Should I do this? Should I do that? So basically, those more or less ground yourself. And look at the consequences. That's always the best way to do. Gypsy Lady Eva, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Oh, thank you. Caught it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the first card was the 7 of Wands. Second card was the 9 of Cups. The third card was the Queen of Coins. She was just asking some general information.
Yeah, it's just general. Yep.
Okay. Situation that you're involved in right now is coming to an end. It's not exactly the way you want it to end, but it will give you some benefits into the future when you deal with some of the same stuff that you're dealing with right now, and it will come back. Not that it's bad or anything. Don't get me wrong on that. It's just a situation that you're dealing with that you're not particularly involved in, or that you want to get involved in, but you're there. But the queen is telling me, the queen, duck queen, is telling me that you're going to be okay. What's going to be given to you is wisdom. And I say that because the overall card is the Empress. And the Empress kind of is more than the Queen. So you will have more insight in dealing with this, which will happen, which will come up again. Not quite as bad because you will have the wisdom to deal with it. But it's also telling me with the Nine of Cups that you have people behind you who are willing to help and willing to give you that support that you need for whatever this situation is. They'll be there for you. You just have to call on them. And that's kind of what the Seven of Rods is also saying. Don't fight it alone. Don't deal with it alone. I don't want to say fight, but don't deal with it alone. There are people behind you willing to help you. And that's also where this wisdom will come that will sit with you, become a part of you. Okay?
All right. So we got a couple other people actually tuning in on these Podbean, which we do say thanks a lot. And also we got people right now sitting on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, type in your questions. We'd love to hear from you. We do not judge here. We do not explode. We will just use your first name. But again, I love that name, Crazy Lady, which is awesome. But yeah, we do not judge at all. We're sort of like, from the spiritual side, what we're actually getting all together. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was going to say, no, but we really laugh about it after. No, we don't.
No, we don't. No. So yeah, Gypsy Lady, Eva, and myself, we have been actually working in the spiritual community for over 45 years altogether. We have worked with the police in our areas. We have also helped out with paranormal investigations and also readings and teachings altogether. So yes, we are a very friendly group, and yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys if you guys have any reading.
And we promise we won't laugh. We don't laugh.
Yeah.
Well, we do. We joke around a lot. That's one of the things is we do have a sense of humor. Sometimes it gets me in trouble.
Well, I love what you say about your former teacher.
Which one?
If you can't laugh, why the heck are you in this class?
Yes, he would sit you down for an interview to take the classes. And one of the things is he would throw in these little jokes. And if you didn't laugh, you didn't get into his class because humor raises your energies. Laughter helps you dispel some of those negative stuff. And it's true. It is very true. Don't be afraid to laugh.
Yeah. So Crazy Lady says basically she does readings herself, which is awesome. It's always good to do readings with yourself. And she's been actually on a spiritual. Sounds like she's been actually on a spiritual walk with her own self for a while. We always need to go actually on our definitely spiritual walk and see right where we have sort of parted to ground ourselves back actually on the right path. So, what I would love to do though is let you guys know though that we are going to be wrapping up the show, but do join us back. We're going to be live now with date. Now, let me take a look actually at the calendar if I can take a look at the calendar. So we will be live on the 13th, though we are going to be talking about messages from the crows. This is a great show that we are going to be doing, and we will be doing it live underneath Podbean, which will be on the Wednesday at 2 p.m. Again, those if you've missed us anywhere, you can sit back and listen on playback underneath here at Divine Oracle Podcast underneath Podbean. Again, though, thanks.
And I'm looking.
Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to the show on the spirituality of the crow, because crow is my spiritual animal.
Yeah.
And it was given to me when I was out in Arizona in a ceremony. So it's very special.
But yeah, so we do say thanks a lot to everybody that's actually tuned in. Without you guys, we would not be here. Let your friends know about us. You guys have a wonderful day.
Does anybody else know other readings?
No.
Okay.
So thanks a lot, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Yes.
Her head was down, face locked onto the phone.